Then comes the exciting bit, see? They all marched off and went to see Pharaoh, and they told him straight, "We come with a message from Jehovah, God of Israel, and he says let my people go, because they've got to go out and make a sacrifice in desert like." "Is that so?" Pharaoh says. He weren't much bothered by all this lot. "And who's this Jehovah bloke that I should listen to him, eh? I don't know nobody called Jehovah, and I'll not let people of Israel go anywhere neither." But Aaron and Moses kept on at him. "God of Israel met us," they said. "Oh, aye," says Pharaoh. "Where?" "In a bush." "In a bush?" Pharaoh says, and he has a job on not to laugh. "That's telling me there's got a God what hangs about in a bush." "Ah, well, that's not important. We got to take a 3-day trip into wilderness and make a sacrifice to God. If we don't obey, we're in big bother." Well, Pharaoh weren't having none of this. "Get this head off back to work. Who do they think they're kidding with their Jehovah's stuff?" And as soon as they're gone, Pharaoh tells his taskmasters to make Israelites really sweat and make them work twice as hard as normal. They must have nowt to do or they wouldn't be going on about daft things like going out to wilderness to make sacrifices. Don't give them any more straw for bricks, but make sure they come up with the right quarter. That'll keep them occupied. That'll teach them to listen to them troublemakers, Aaron and Moses. Well, over the next few days, them Egyptians gave Hebrews a right pasting. They were whipping them and hitting them and shouting about quarters all time. "Thou's got to make some number of bricks as before," they shouted. "But thou's getting no more straw, so it's just tough, innit, love?" And it got so bad as Foreman went to see Pharaoh. "Thou can't keep treating us like this," they said. "We ain't got no straw, so we can't make same number of bricks. And then them taskmasters blokes lay into us with whips and stuff. It ain't right." And Pharaoh says, "Well, that's just tough luck, me old love," he says dead smarmy. "Thou can't have enough to do, or thou wouldn't be on about daft things like going to desert to make a sacrifice. Now get this sent off, or I'll lose me temper." Then when Foreman saw Moses and Aaron, they had narks on and they set about them. "That's right daft chuff thee," they said. "Thou's dropped us right in it with Pharaoh going on about going on to make a sacrifice. Thou's give him excuse to kill a job a lot on us." Nah, Moses were a bit upset about this, as thou would be, and he has a chat with God again. "Now then," says Moses, "what's thou going to send me here for if thou's going to do nowt? How can thou treat thy own folk like this? It ain't right. There weren't no point sending me here in the first place. Since I've gone and told Pharaoh what he said, he's been like a bear with a sore bum. There's folk going beat up every day, and thou's done nowt." But God weren't bothered by all this, because he had a plan, and he knew what he were doing. And when God's got a plan, thou'd better watch this end.